Hello everyone, I am back with another spoiler-free review, and today I'm going to be talking about Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the sequel to Throne of Glass, and while this is going to be a spoiler-free review for Crown of Midnight, there will be spoilers for Throne of Glass in the synopsis alone. So if you haven't read Throne of Glass, I'd advise you don't watch this video. Instead, I have a spoiler-free review of Throne of Glass, which I've linked down below if you are interested in the series. What I will say about this book though is that I really enjoyed it. It is definitely an improvement on the first one, so if you're a bit iffy about it, I would urge you to continue because this one, it blew me away. Those of you that have read Throne of Glass, it's totally fine for you to continue with the rest of this review because there will be no spoilers for Crown of Midnight. Okay, let's continue. Continuing on from Throne of Glass, where Celaena won the King's Championship, she is now his personal assassin, but she is in no way loyal to the crown. So Celaena receives a job to kill someone, which leads her to discover that there are some other people that are seeking justice against the king as well. And that's about all that I can really say about the synopsis without spoiling anything. So Crown of Midnight was definitely the kind of book that I needed to film my reaction for as I was nearing the end, and as I completed the book, I was a little scatterbrained. The end of this book is definitely a huge turning point for the entire series, so I was just overwhelmed and I just kind of needed to talk it out a little bit to help me process things as they were happening. So I thought I'd also share with you guys my reaction upon finishing this book. No, I haven't finished this yet. The intensity in these damn pages. Oh my gosh. Sorry, just give me a sec. Oh my god! This section here was starting to pick up really nicely. I was liking how it was going. I was thinking it was going really well. And then this crap happened. And I'm not dealing with it very well. I'm like, I want to just get back into the book and continue reading and finishing it, but I can't actually physically read it fast enough. So I need to take a break to calm down a little bit, I think. I just want to cry and scream, and I don't know. It's like physically hurting to read right now. So I just finished it. And I don't know what to think. I'm just so shocked at how the last half of this book compared to the first half of the book, how things picked up so quickly, and how some of the questions and mysteries were so slowly and cleverly unraveled. The way that Sarah J. Maas has these little sentences here and there indicating that the characters know something and they realize something, and then it's not until a little while later that you realize what it is, so you're just constantly intrigued and trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and then everything comes together at the end and it's just like, I'm kind of annoyed at myself for not seeing it coming. I can't tell if it was an obvious thing or not. Don't even know what to think, but I'm just kind of blown away, and I need some chocolate. I still cannot really begin to explain my feelings for this book. It was. I'm really struggling even now, several months later, to really put my thoughts into words in a coherent way, because this book really surprised me, especially since the first half of this book was so much slower in pace. What I did enjoy about the first half though is that it really focused on the romance, and I am Team Kale all the way, so it was so nice to see things developing there finally. I was loving every minute of it. However, because there was such a strong focus on the romance, there wasn't really much happening elsewhere in terms of the plot. There were some things threaded throughout here, but it was developing at a much slower pace, so this did cause a bit of an issue with me. While I was reading this book, I was also reading American Gods, which is another slower book. So reading two slow books at once, it actually put me in a massive reading slump, which was not good. Not good at all. So I actually had to stop reading Crown of Midnight and then start from the beginning again several months later. And I honestly believe that if I had read literally 20 more pages, I wouldn't have fallen into that reading slump, or I would have pulled myself right out of it, because things pick up like that. Things start to, the whirlwind begins, and yeah. So that was really the only issue that I had with this book. I really loved getting to know the characters a little bit more. We had some great development. I loved being able to see more of Celaena's assassin skills. Like in the first one of my problems was that we didn't get to see her being badass. We didn't get to see her utilizing her skills that she apparently had, but in this one we do get to see some more of that, which was wonderful. I really loved her and Kale's relationship, and Dorian was a little bit irritating in this one. I still love him, but he seemed to hold on to Celaena for a lot longer than I would have expected, considering how not super serious their relationship was, I guess, or at least it didn't seem that way. So the fact that he wasn't able to really get over her for so long was a little bit out of place for me. Celaena and Nehemia's friendship as well was a little bit rocky in this one, in terms of like Nehemia was putting a bit of pressure on Celaena, and at the time I wasn't too sure how I felt about it, but as things develop and things happen throughout the story, you kind of understand why, and I thought that it was actually the push that Celaena needed to move into action when the time came. Now there's so much else that I want to say about this book, but the things I need to discuss are huge spoilers, so that's not going to work. But what I will say is that there are quite a few revelations in this book. One of them I saw coming in Throne of Glass, but the other one, it was like a slap in the face. This book just grew and grew in intensity to the point where I was struggling to cope with it. But at the same time, I think having that slower pace at the beginning made the ending so much bigger. If you know what I mean? Like having that contrast really emphasized the ending, and it blew my mind even more. I'm struggling to think of anything else to say about this book. It's hard. It's so hard, but it was amazing. Like, it was so good. I ended up giving this one a 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because of that first half of the book kind of contributing to putting me in a reading slump, but it turned around majorly. So those are my kind of thoughts on Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas, if they made any sense to you. That is all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!